site now. You're like, that's fine. I'm taking videos.
You know what's fascinating to me is the light stanchions were laid down on the field. They got two more to put up in the
photos with that.
And so I'm like walking up close to it, and the dude's like, "Yo, are you with the media?" I was like, "Yes, sir."
And
he
like,
goes,
"You gotta go."
He's like, your bus is over there. Could you hightail it, idiot?" I'm like, "Yeah, you got it, sir. I'm sorry."
We had fun other than that, and JD Wicker is joining us right now, San Diego State's athletic director, to talk all about it. Topping out ceremony at the new Aztec Stadium. This is crazy. I mean, being on site today, this place is intimate. It's going to be special. It's going to be unique to San Diego. JD, always great to have you. Awesome seeing you this afternoon. You got to be so pleased with the progress. You had to be thrilled with everything that went on this afternoon at the topping out ceremony, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Really appreciate y'all coming out for the ceremony. It was a lot of fun, and it's meaningful to have that event. It's such a major milestone in a project when you are done with all of your steel, and we're on schedule, if not a little bit ahead, and just continue to keep our head down, work hard, and march towards September 3rd of 2022.
Yeah, JD, out of concern for you and everybody around you, I wanted to ask you questions about your attire today. So it was laid out pretty obviously on the email that we sent from the Aztecs Media Relations Department, which you are a part of, that we needed to wear long sleeves, and I noticed that you were wearing a polo shirt with short sleeves. So I was just like, what led you to this decision making? I was in fear for your arms our entire time on this active construction site.
Well, they did get a little sun today, but yeah, no, it was a great event, and I was worried about you, and I'm glad to see that you had lathered up in sunscreen because it was a little sunshiny today.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm glad that I quelled your fears and you were able to orchestrate. As you always do a great job at the microphone, which I was thinking about at the time. I was telling John, I'm an extrovert, so I generate so much like energy off of attending an event and being around people. And we're talking to Richard Stern with the Aztecs. We bumping into friends and folks that we haven't seen in a while. Like, would you have been upset if I went up to the stage and just said a few words to sort of bless the situation, or would have that been strictly prohibited?
I think that would have been great if it would have happened, earlier today when you were there and had that opportunity. And, you could have come up and, perhaps discussed the culinary options that you would like to see in the concessions buildings that we have built to this point, because there will be lots of great options for you to try, and maybe even some things on the hidden menu.
Man, Rich is so looking forward to this. I mean, this is less than 14 months away, JD. I know you spoke briefly about it to the media this afternoon before our listeners, and you've talked about before. This venue is going to be uniquely San Diego. And when we say something like that, explain some of the things that make this venue special to the region.
Yeah, we challenged our architects to, again, take advantage of the Southern California climate. While, it's a little warm today, once the sun goes down or you're in the shade, you're in great shape. So a lot of, fun outdoor areas. We have, in the southwest end, we have what are called the piers. They're elevated standing room only structure. One of the piers actually goes out in over the seating bowl, and we took our inspiration from the coastline and the piers that go there. We have in the northwest corner, we'll have a scoreboard that'll have a bar under it with a large standing room only area that'll be open to anybody in the stadium. So again, you get to come up, mix, mingle. We've got some other very specific standing room only spaces that you can watch the game from, but then a space that Rich will be really excited about in the northeast corner where we're going to have food trucks. So specifically designed to host food trucks. You could do a smaller event in that corner. We'll have a stage. It could be 1,000-person concert. It could be a special event where, iHeartMedia comes in and they bring all their personalities and everyone that works there, and they set up 6 food trucks, and, they have a little party for the staff. So we're excited about all the different spaces that we designed and that we took advantage of the Southern California climate. You'll see lots of open space. Even our club spaces will be, you remove the glass on both sides, sliding glass doors, and you get that nice Southern California breeze blowing through a shaded space. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be something different. People haven't really seen before.
Yeah, we're all pumped about it. I mean, I have to ask this question because actually it was asked of you earlier today, and I thought it was a really pointed and excellent way to sort of describe where this project has come from and where it's at today. There was competition for this land, right? You know, this didn't start out as like a gentleman's agreement between, you know, a university and the city, where it was like, okay, yeah, we give you the keys, like let's rock and roll. There was competition. You guys won this damn competition, and that ballot initiative, and San Diego was behind you, and here we are now. Like, when you walk around this site, is there part of you where you just want to beat your chest a little bit and be like, yeah, look what we did?
Yeah, sure. I mean, obviously, we're very proud of what we've done 4.5 years ago or more. This, started, and we've been very transparent all along with what our plan was and what we wanted to do and what our timeline would be. And, I'm proud of the fact that we've been able to, live up to those expectations. And basically, we've pretty much checked every box that we've, put out there. And I'm proud of the work of, our team at San Diego State, starting with the president on down. Our community partners, our alumni, friends, and I've said it earlier to somebody, we had a lot of people on our ship, and there are more people jumping on the ship right now as you see what we're doing. And it's going to be fantastic for the community, not just the stadium, but the river park, the residential that we're going to build. It was like the mayor said, hey, we're the 8th largest city in the country. Let's start acting like it. And Sdsu Mission Valley, and this stadium in particular, is a great step towards acting like the big city that we really are.
JD Wicker joining us right now on Xtra 1360. So, JD, like, what is next? We know there's still a lot going on at the construction site, but you start thinking about it, and you've been thinking about it, naming rights, booking the building for 365 days a year, selling some of these seating options to the general public. Like, what is still down the road for people to be looking forward to here over the next 12 months or so?
Yeah, from a construction standpoint, it'll feel like it's in a bit of a lull over probably the next couple weeks to a couple months, and then you'll start seeing the precast concrete come in and set on top of the steel that's there. And so that, probably wraps up sometime, I think, in October, November. Then scoreboards come in December. You'll start to see seats being installed in December. And really over the next 6 months, we'll have some really exciting announcements where obviously we've been working very hard around naming rights and founding sponsorships and, the different partners that we'll have in the building from a concessions and catering standpoint. We continue to have a lot of conversations with various groups. We've had, a couple of weeks ago, it was 25 plus different teams, events, promoters, whatever it might be, had reached out. That number has grown. So we're going to start, we'll have a lot of fun announcements over the next 6 months of, covering all of those different areas. And, we're excited. People are recognizing, not just in the community, but outside of Southern California, that this building is going to happen. We're going to open, and it's going to happen on September 3rd, 2022.
So I remember you had mentioned earlier today, you were talking about Ginsler, the architecture group who helped shape out the plan for the site before the construction began. And when I was standing in the bowl, one of the things that struck me is how close the stands are going to be to the field and how loud this place will probably get, especially if you got it packed to the rafters. Was that a part of the conversation with the architecture firm? Was it, we need this place from an acoustic standpoint to just sort of just reverberate all the sound back to the field? I remember playing in Seattle during my pro days. Like, there was just, the sound was concentrated because it sort of felt like the fans were all stacked on top of you. Was that a part of the conversation at all?
Absolutely. When we looked at this building, and we went and toured Colorado State, we went to Kansas City and looked at the MLS building there. We went up to LA and, looked at various buildings up there. But the great thing about the Aztec Stadium, 35,000 capacity, is you will be right on top of the field. I think the seat I'm most excited to see once they get the precast in will be on the west side, the mid-level club. You're going to feel like you're sitting on top of the field. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be so intimate. You're really going to feel like you're part of the action. We brought all of our premium down low, as opposed to a lot of places you see it up high. So if you're in, a premium seating area, you're going to feel like you're part of the game, as opposed to, sitting at the top of the stadium in a very sterile environment. There's going to be, so much energy in the building. And, we specifically designed the student section to, help create that energy. It also works great for a soccer supporter section because we know what type of energy that brings to a soccer match. So, yes, we specifically designed this to really create a building that'll hold sound, that gives you the best views. I mean, this will be such a unique experience for people when they come in to see a first football game, because you're going to feel like you're right on top of the action. It will be the best place in San Diego to watch a football game. No doubt about it.
Yeah, there is no doubt about that. And we're thrilled for 2022. I wanted to ask you about 2021, because plans in place again for Carson. I saw you just put mini plans on sale for, $65 for 3 games. You're going to see a Boise, you could see a Fresno or Nevada in there, $65. It's a good venue also for college football. So tell us about your plans for 2021. Great home schedule. Utah's in there. Boise's in there. I mentioned Fresno and Nevada. How is the sales process going for 2021, and how do people get on board?
Yeah, I think, you can go to the website, goaztecs.com, and, click the tickets link. Very affordable prices for this season up at Dignity Health. And, I think there'll be people that will make decisions week of a game potentially, but, there's only 27,000 seats in the building. So we encourage people, to buy ahead. We're really looking at the LA Orange County area, and there's a lot of Aztecs that live up there. And, we think we'll get a number of people definitely driving up from San Diego, but we'll also get folks from Orange County and LA to be there as well. Plus, you haven't been to an Aztec football game in, a long time. So we're hopeful that people are going to, come out, support the young men that are working really hard right now on campus to be prepared for the upcoming season. And we think we're going to be pretty talented. I think the biggest question right now is who's going to be quarterback and how well will they play, but all the pieces are around it. And Brady and the staff always do a great job. And, the schedule sets us up for us to be successful with Boise, Fresno, and Utah all up at Dignity Health. A good home crowd advantage will, help us hopefully have a really great season this year.
JD, I almost don't want to know the answer to this question, but, because you've been doing this now for a good majority of your professional life, building stadiums. This isn't your first rodeo. Are you just excited for 2022 so you can stop being asked questions about stadium building and having to deal with dummies like me asking you about the concession stands ad nauseum?
Well, no, actually, my hope is that, we'll finish with Aztec Stadium and then we'll launch, another next big project. Viejas is a great venue, but I think people are going to attend games at this stadium and they're going to get to experience the premium that we have in the building, the concourse, the concessions, and all of those things. And Viejas is a great building, but, it was built a while back, and that's going to be that might be our next big project is renovating Viejas Arena. So it's you finish one, you move to the next one. But come September 3rd, 2022, that building will be absolutely electric. The atmosphere that'll be there, and the thing that'll excite me the most is watching our student athletes' faces when they run out onto the field. Right before kickoff, and that place is just absolutely blowing up, and the smiles that we'll see on their face. It's going to be awesome.
You got me fired up. The hair on the back of my neck just stood up. Goosebumps on my arms. I can't wait to be on the call for the first game there. That's going to be an absolute blast. And a little sneak preview into the future of the house that JD built, because as we know, like any homeowner, you finish one project. It's like, all right, we put in the deck. Now it's time to dig the pool. So we could look forward to Viejas getting a facelift?
Yeah, we're working. We had started the process of, looking into what we could do, what we could afford, what can you do within the building, talking with key donors. We were actually ready to send out a survey to, our basketball season ticket holders, alumni, and all of that about what they would want to do in Viejas, and, then COVID hit. So, that everything basically ground to a halt. So we'll start that process again sometime in the next, 12 to 18 months is my plan right now. We obviously, we'll see what happens. A great basketball season this year would, obviously help that, but we're certainly have started looking into it.
And you have said previously, JD, that the sales process in terms of renewal for men's basketball is going extremely well, right?
Yeah, we renewed at 97%, which is,
wow.
Unheard of. And, we just are wrapping up. We allowed season ticket holders to either upgrade or purchase more seats. And I think now we've moved to our wait list to sell tickets. And I have, I don't know that we'll have anything to the general public once we get through that process. But if we do, be on the lookout here in the coming weeks for that opportunity. But we are very excited about the basketball season upcoming.
JD, I dug the facial hair. Are you doing like a playoff beard thing here? Are you going to shave once the stadium's built?
It kind of became a COVID thing, and actually, my wife was giving me a little bit of grief about it this morning because apparently at some point in previous years, I told her that it was, there's no way I would ever, as an athletic director, have a beard. But, you go through COVID and you get a beard. So I don't know. I kind of like it right now. It fits, and it looked really good with the red pants, I think. So.
It looked good with the pants. It looked good with the hard hat. This guy was swinging hammers. You think he's just an athletic director? The guy he was doing bicep curls with the steel beam they were picking up and putting in. So. It was fun seeing you today, JD. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you, JD, for doing it today. Again, AztecStadium.com. You can watch the progress. The progress has been unbelievable. JD, it was awesome to see you, and we look forward to doing it again soon. And football's almost here. We're like 50 days out from football this year. Crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm excited to, Rich, for you actually to be in the booth calling the games with Ted, and getting by, stop by and say hello, and flying on charter flights together, and all that kind of fun stuff. And John, with pregame, hopefully we'll be able to do pregame. I don't know, maybe from the stadium. We'll see. But excited about all things Aztecs, and really, again, appreciate the partnership with 1360 and what y'all do for the Aztecs, and for coming out today. And go Aztecs.
Thank you again, JD. We enjoyed it. Great seeing you earlier today. We're looking forward to this upcoming season. So thank you again.